Good afternoon and welcome to episode 15 of the Apocalyptic Knitter podcast. I am Naomi and I'm coming to you from, where do I live? Leeds in West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband, my young son and our little cat. It's Sunday the 24th of March today, and those of you that follow me on Instagram know that I've had a bit of an eventful couple of days. So yeah, a couple of episodes ago I had to kind of abruptly finish the podcast because my knee had gone, and it's gone a couple of times the last month, and it had a bit of a game over at work on Friday morning where I had to get taken to hospital for x-rays and stuff because I could not move or put any weight on it at all. So I know what it is. It's my meniscus is torn. I had a bucket handle tear meniscus a couple of years ago, and it was 3 years ago, had an operation, and I think it's the same thing because it certainly feels the same. And it's the same knee. But there we go. So I'm not in my usual position. I'm just kind of sat on the couch with my legs up with an ice pack on. And I'm a little bit bored. I don't do very well at sitting still and resting. So I thought I'll do a little bit of a podcast. So I feel like I'm meeting friends. So there we go. Anyway, how are you? Hope you are keeping well. So do the credentials. This is a knitting podcast. I also do a little bit of crochet, although I've not done any crochet for a little while. A little bit of talk on budgeting and saving money, and the odd little talk on what films and TV shows that I like that are apocalyptic, dystopian kind of themed. So there we are. I wanted to kind of jump on because I've got a few projects going on and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with them. I did do, and then I ended up joining the Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade's 24 Birds Mystery Knit-along, because I just thought I wanted just something to kind of bring a bit of excitement back to where I was, just to see if that would kind of help the knitting mojo. So there we are. So anyway, what am I wearing? I am wearing a Zweig jumper, ZWEIG. It's a really nice, see the lace panel there. Very nice 4-ply jumper. It was all the rage a few years ago. I've had this about between 4 and 5 years. But yeah, it fits me well. I feel like the shape of the yoke suits me and my shape. So yeah, a firm favourite. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram as Naomi Knits, or on Ravelry as Big Bird, so BIGG. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. I can feel a dry throat coming. I still not took it away. Oh, that's better. I tried to get to the end of a sentence without coughing, and no, that wasn't working. So what have I got on the needles? These are my blueberry waffle socks. It's hard to get this in the right light because it is a very goth sock blank that I'm making it from. And I'm finally, as you can see, past the black and we're onto some grey. I And I kind of wanted, so the sock blank is from Lockwood Fibres, and I love that red. The person who I'm knitting it for is only a size 6, and I'm almost at the position to do the cuff. And I'm just thinking, my worry is that I'm going to finish the socks around here, and I'm not going to get to any of the red. But so I don't quite know what to do about that. I know the recipient has a daughter who's also a size 4, who also shares all love of horror films and stuff like that. So I might carry on making them and then just do some little anklet socks for her daughter or something, so then they can, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna see how I feel once I've finished. Oh, gonna get a tangle. Once I've finished on that one. And I fell out a little bit of love with this because last night I got to about here and I just stopped and I realised that, you know, on the foot you do half stockinette and half the pattern. I'd carried on like that after the heel, so half of this was all stockinette. And I was all like, oh, it'll be alright, they won't know. And then I thought, nah. So I took it back down to the heel and redid it. So I'm finally at the bit where I was last night. So that looks quite nice, doesn't it? But what's been catching my attention at the moment, and I do apologise, but spoiler alert, please look away if you are working on the 24 birds knit along and you don't want to see progress because you're not up to that bit. There's just a little bit of excitement in my little life at the moment. So this is the first time I've ever done a mystery knit along, because I kind of wanted to be in a position where I didn't have anything else on the needles to feel like I could keep up, and I thought, do you know what, sorry, just go for it. So here I am at the moment. Where's the best? You can see a bit better there. I need to put it on a bigger cable actually. So I'm stuck on the colours, right? So this is clue 1. I'm about halfway through clue 1, and it's going to be a massive pie shawl, so a massive round shawl, and the pattern suggested 3 skeins that kind of fade with each other and then a colour that makes it go pop. So I had this nice soft grey, and then I've got, which is, see if I can remember where they are, I'm pretty sure that this is called Steel from Hummingbird Yarns, and it's like a yak, so it's very silky and slippy. And then this one, can you see it's got bits of purple in? That is La Bien-Aimée, and that is, what's it called? I'll have to come back to you on that way. Oh, little bits of blue in there as well, but mainly bits of purple. But it's on a single merino. Now, I don't like doing single merinos in socks because they just fluff and they don't kind of shrink back and all that kind of thing. But obviously La Bien-Aimée is not cheap, is it? So I really wanted to kind of use it of something special. Oh, it's got teeny little bits of pink pops as well there. There you go. So there's that one. And then it's a bit of a big fade. I also spotted this, which is also a single merino from Undercover Otter. Now I'm sure I got this from Edinburgh Yarn Festival about 5 or 6 years ago. and I thought, oh my goodness me, that is just too beautiful to just rot away in my cupboard in my stash. I'm gonna have to use that. So I'm decided on those three. But what I can't decide on is the pop at the end. Now, I was really torn with this yellow. So the yellow is a Nora George called Summer's End. But I wasn't sure if that would go. So then I've also got the pink. And the pink is lovely from Ducky Darlings. It's called Berry Picking. But I wasn't sure, is it poppy enough? Is it not? And then I thought, what about blue? Because in the pattern you don't quite use a full 100 grams, I think. So when she was doing the notes, the introduction notes, I think some of them might have said like 85 grams or something like that. So I don't know if I need a full skein of it or not, but I think the last one I might have done actually. But it might be a case of that, even though I love this, I got this in a D-stash, I thought it was just really, really pretty, but I wouldn't wear socks with it, I don't know. So I figured if I could start knitting with it, and if it doesn't feel right, then I could use the pink, couldn't I? So I'm still a bit undecided on that at the moment. So I'm not ruling any of them all out. I don't know if this is too dark a jump, but I thought I really, really like it. And yeah, it's one of those skeins that, you know, a couple of skeins just keep saving them for best and then you never use it, do you? So I've just started, I don't know if you can see, just started fading in. You see the little pops of purple there? So, and I thought, while I'm a little bit laid up and fed up, I'm going to crack on this. So you get, I think the next clue is about a week and a half. So at least it means I can kind of get on with other stuff and feel like I've got something for me at the end of the knit along, really. And it's one of Helen's patterns, the anthology anthology shawl, which is another round pie shawl. That pattern is specifically set up to do an advent, so I'm going to use that pattern to do that one. So I'm going to have two circular shawls, which to me it's more of a blanket rather than a shawl, because they're quite, I don't know, I have to just wait until I see. Because I'm guessing, isn't it, if I wanted it to be bigger, I could always carry on doing more repeats, couldn't I? Don't know. We shall see. So that is that. I've put those away. So I think I'm gonna. What I really like is the first. I've heard people mention this about our patterns, but this is the first. I think this must be the first handmade. Yeah, Curious Handmade. I was going to say Handmaid's Tale, and that's completely different. I automatically went to cross my knees then. I thought, no, don't. Keep it straight. The thing I love about the Handmaid's Tale patterns is that she breaks it down, so you got like a little column for each row that you tick off. And then every so often it'll come up and it'll say like you've reached 5%, you've reached 10% of the pattern, and I really like that. So, oh, another one, another skein. This is one that I really wanted to use this because this is the one that the skein that Tony, my friend, had dyed for me. So I kind of like them. That kind of goes together. But then I'm sort of thinking, does it pop? Does it matter if it does pop or doesn't pop? Or so I've decided on the first three, just not the last one. So I think I'm going to finish that this afternoon, or finish that clue one this afternoon. For entertainment, I've actually been watching Stitched by Mrs. D podcasts. She's just really the tonic. I just absolutely love her podcast. If you've not watched her before, go check her out because she's just really down to earth, just lovely viewing. Makes you giggle, has beautiful knits, and she makes these gorgeous teddies, and she just has a love of all her animals and shows all her pets, all her babies on the videos. So yeah, I really love it. Some socks for me. I did make some progress on these this week. These are my Just Spin Dye ones, and so I'm almost, let's see, so almost finished. I'm nowhere bloody near finished. I've got half a foot to do there. So I might even see if I can finish those off tonight. Do clue one and do that, and then that's finished. And I think if I just have a couple of projects that are finished, I'll feel like I'm getting somewhere with it. In my other bag here, Apocalyptic Knitting bag, I've got some yarns that I've picked out to make my cousin and her family some, what do I call them? Side hustle cuffs. So that one with a little pop of Minecraft Keeper by Gem at Snuggy Stars. I think they all go quite well with them. I also don't know if I've overfaced myself with a bit too much stuff because I want to clear all this stuff out. I wanted to clear all these stuff out and clear my list. So then from April I can start to work on some of my blankets for Christmas, for next winter. And I think sometimes if I got too much to the go and I've not got some kind of plan, I kind of freeze and don't do anything. But also I am due a week off. I'm very mentally tired now. I've just got next week to get through. It's year end, it's really busy. Obviously my knee won't help because I can't go into the office to have the meetings that I need to have and all that kind of thing. I'll just have to work from home, and then you don't quite feel like you've got that kind of network of colleagues around you to ask stuff. So I don't particularly like working from home because I can't get comfy at home. I'm a fidgeter. That's just how I am. So yeah, but then when I finish work, I've got the Good Friday off and all of that next week off. Now my plans were go over to Southport to see family, got a couple of parties to go to, and I was going to do some decorating perhaps, and obviously now I don't know if that's going to happen. I still want to go to the party, even if I kind of sit and I don't have to go up and dance. Obviously I can't dance with my crutches on. So yeah, so I'm trying not to get too fed up with stuff because it can't be helped. I'm hoping to get an appointment, fast track appointment through within the next 2 weeks. I should be getting a phone call by Wednesday next week. And then I'll know. So I may have no choice but to have that week off just sat knitting, which sounds horrific, I know, but I like getting out and seeing my friends and going out for walks and stuff like that, and yeah. But hey ho. Oh, one more project. So I think with this is my love note, right? That I'm doing for Natalina. I don't know if she wants. And I've been knitting and knitting and knitting it. So I have come on a fair bit. But I would have thought it'd be like finished by now. So yeah, so I've got a few things to go. I can hear my husband tiptoeing. No, it's my son tiptoeing down the. You can go past if you want. You nip into the shop.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so there we have it. I think I'm gonna get myself settled with some more podcasts to watch and get to work on some of these. So what have I been watching? There's a new series or something. I think I caught it on ITV Catch Up, and it's a German drama about like life after a pandemic on an island. I want to say Island 513, but that's not. It begins with H. Helen 513. It's about all these survivors on this island in the year 2039, and they can then be 513 inhabitants on this island, and yeah, it's a little bit dark. If one person is born, if there's a baby born, then somebody has to be literally evicted or sent to the death on this island. So I watched the first episode last night. It is in subtitles, but I kind of find some of these are quite hidden gems, the subtitle ones, because they can be easily like dismissed. I quite like a lot of the Scandinavian like folklore, like horrors that they have. I think some of those are really quite good. That Elves, I don't know if you've seen that on Netflix. That's quite. Some of it's quite sinister, but also quite like randomly funny. But so be watching that. So yeah, so I might watch a bit of that, and yeah, just see if I can get myself organised a little bit really, and yeah. Budgeting wise, I feel like I'm in not necessarily a bit of a rut. When I get to the end of like the week before payday, I always feel a little bit like, oh, got no money, and then I keep forgetting that I've got no money, but it's because I've saved it, and I have to keep reminding myself that I'm saving. So what have I been up to really? I don't know if I've got much in the way of tips this week, but I've noticed there's a few people who I follow on Instagram who, like, if you are on a saving journey, on a budgeting journey, you can, and I suppose it's like anything. I suppose it's like sometimes if you're on a diet and you start the first week or two and you're really full of motivation, and then after a few weeks in, and it starts getting, you start hitting the wall and you feel like it's good knowing that there's other like-minded people there and you spare each other on. There's a few accounts that I follow. I follow the Dead Camel. She's really good for, you know, sometimes it's when you sometimes you get into that mindset where it's a case of, oh, but it's only 20 quid, it doesn't matter, or, you know, there's no point, it doesn't have that much effect, and some, you know, you need those reminders that sometimes those extra things all do kind of add up, and it does make a difference. That's my son just sticking out to the shop. See you later. And then, so yeah, what have I done? So yeah, I've still got some, I'm still saving up for Edinburgh, which is really good. Seeing that starting to go. So I've paid the hotel off, I've paid my train tickets off, and I've saved up the amount of money for my food budget. And so now what I'm saving up is the wool budget. And I've been very good actually, acquisition wise. I can honestly say I have not spent anything on wool since when I nipped out with Sammy in, and I think that was December time, end of December. So I've not bought anything this year. We're almost into April. I bought the pattern, I think, for, yeah, I bought the pattern, Helen, the 24 Birds Mystery Knit Along. But I thought, well, that's still, it's just a little treat really, isn't it? And you know what, sometimes that's all you need. I thought sometimes having a pattern and you know, making you get something out of your stash that you've got can spur things along. So yeah, that's, I think, me for now. I hope you have a lovely evening and you've had quite a nice relaxing Sunday. It's what they're there for, to help us just recharge and everything. And I will see you soon. Take care.